Hello, everyone. I am the awkward GM Corbin, he, him pronouns, and today we are playing Cyber Scion, robots in disguise. Wait a minute, wrong show. Okay, you can find me on the awkward GM Corbin on YouTube, and we're gonna do some introductions right now. So I'll toss it over to TJ.
Hi, I'm TJ Wilson. My pronouns are he, him. Did you want to introduce the characters while we're
Uh,
at it?
yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I'm a freelancer for Onk's Path. Nothing I've written has come out yet, but you might have caught me on the second Scion panel for the last con. Um, I am playing Kai Havoc, a pilot Scion of the planet Don. And I am piloting the Star Falls Destiny.
Okay, awesome. And Crow, you're up.
Oh, wow. Okay, wasn't expecting this. Hi, bro. I appear on the streams sometimes for some reason. I don't know. They all myself. I play Dex, the freelancing boogeyman. It's complicated. And I pilot. Don't need to talk about what I pilot. We can move on.
Okay, okay. And to the bottom left, we have Simon. Simon.
Hey everyone, I'm Simon, he, him pronouns, and I mostly do my own video stuff, Tabletop Almanac, do reviews and such, or stream either here or sometimes over on Dork Tales. And tonight I'll be playing Magnus Bell, piloting the All-Seeing Raven.
Awesome. And Pablo.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pablo Vasquez. Any pronouns are fine. I am a freelancer for Scion, written in multiple books, including some that are not out yet. Very excited for Mythic Shards, of course. I will be playing Carlos Chen, a celebrity, notorious playboy, party animal, international DJ, the pride of the United Freeholds of the Bay, and the pilot of the Da Sheng, and a scion of Sun Wukong.
Awesome. Now,
You said what scions we are?
yes, you can if you wish. I kind of will. I'll give a little primer here in case no one is familiar with Cyber Scion. First off, as part of Cyber Scion, it is kind of like Scion normally, except instead of having gods, you have something better than gods in my mind, a giant robot ready to kill kaiju. You've got, however, in the shape of a god. So while you are a Scion, you are not actually a full hero, demigod, or god Scion. You are actually a pre-visitation Scion with the with your mecha, your divine machine, being your channeling of that godlike power. And I think if I type in a certain thing into chat, a Kickstarter link will pop up for Mythic Shards. And it does. Okay, awesome. So you can check that out if you're interested in this or any of the other games that are in Mythic Shards. There's At the End, which is the post-apocalyptic Mythic Shard. There's the Farewell to Heroes, which is the dystopian scions are being hunted one. Four Color, which is your comic book superheroes. And then you have Space Odyssey, which is your space opera with scions in space. And Cyber Scion, which is one of my favorite because Hiromi said to me, "Oh, it's like Tokusatsu or Super Sentai, but with scions." And I said, "You had me at Tokusatsu." So anyway, sorry for geeking out for just a bit. They call me the awkward GM for a reason. Now, where we take place is in the freehold of Boston, on an Earth that has been decimated by not just the kaiju that have been appearing from the ground, but also the aftermath of the Ambrosia Wars, where corporations and nations fought hand over fist for the conquest, or for the mines that were filled with a material known as ambrosia that allowed divine machines to come to life. These machines differ from your normal mecha in that, using the iconography of the past of mythology, it allows these machines to defy physics in ingenious ways. It is a rainy day in Boston, as you are all contacted via the by the head of the Boston Freehold, one of the last bastions of humanity that is not currently being controlled by a mega corporation of one of the titans of industry. You are all contacted and arrive in the briefing room a little bit before your briefing officer. If you wish to say hello or shake hands or check out the situation, feel free for just a moment.
Presumably we know each other all.
You probably know you probably have been introduced just very passingly on the first day, and this would be equivalent of your second day working with the Freehold of Boston.
Hellos.
And-
Probably.
Magnus takes a bit of a stiff stance and seems to be trying to resist saluting in some fashion.
I think Kai is standing off to one side. He's got kind of a flight jacket sort of thing, and under and around his eye, he's got a bunch of metal that looks like it's from, like he's been stitched up more than one time. And he just does a long nod and then gets back to leaning, waiting for the brief.
Carlos is basically near a window where there is good lighting, and is checking to make sure that his face looks good for any possible meetings, cameras, or future selfies he needs to post on international social media. Updating his various social media reads on his visit to the Boston Freehold and how it's turning up like, and also making sure to respond to all the people he met yesterday at the Rager he was at in South Boston and the like.
I think Dex is the last to come in, and he's kind of fumbling with a phone that he doesn't use normally. But why do I have to come here in person? That's usually your thing. I, okay, fine. Hangs up the phone. African American male, shaved head, but an eye is kind of glassy and ghost-like. You realize it's been damaged. He's kind of looking at all of you. Um, he sees someone he recognizes in the military. Tries to like not, you know that thing when you see like your old college roommate or someone you used to know, and you just don't want to admit that you know them. So he's hesitating to do like a salute, but kind of holds off, gives a nod, and goes to hide near the window and realizes, oh fuck, I saw this guy at the Rager last night, and goes back to hiding again on the other side of the corner.
With everyone in the room, a 6.5 foot tall man, or what normally would be a man, but with a black dog's head, sort of like a chocolate lab head, ducks in through the door and walks to the front of the room. This is Anubis Kruger. He is your commanding officer for lack of a better term. The Freehold has its own sort of military structure, but it is still a little bit unofficially formed, since it is a freehold and not technically a government, though they do act a little bit like a government themselves. Now, Anubis gets up to the front of the room, turns on the projector, and he looks up and he says, well, if it isn't the finest scions I could find on such short notice, if any of you wish to leave now, you should have done it before you came here yesterday. Today, we will be taking on a dire mission. It is one that has been sort of serendipitous for us to take on. There is a corporation, a megacorp, known as the Artillery Ambrosia. They are one of the titans of industry, and they've decided to make a little trip down to the Berkshires this weekend in order to unveil one of their prototype divine machines. He clicks the slide, and it goes to what looks like the outline of a giant robot, but it is blurred with a sensor bar across it that says classified. This is the best image we could have gotten of this new mecha. Sadly, as you can see, no details are present. We don't even know what pantheon it was designed for. Though, if it's anything like Altalier's other mecha that they've set up, it's probably something that has been chiseled away at, that has no semblance of what pantheon it's for. These people tend to like to make their mecha more industrial and less organic. Some people just don't like the old ways, I guess. They keep, or at least they're tied to the old ways with how tanks were designed in the World Wars. God. In any case, this gala will require some semblance of subterfuge and espionage if you choose to do so. You are our experts pilots after all. What we do know is that the mecha is a demigod class machine. Something that you maggots haven't yet gotten the chance to operate, but maybe you'll get your chance today. However, it is being held in place by two gigantic magnetic seals, magnetic clamps, as it were, to keep it in place for the ceremony. We need at least 2 people on the ground to disable those clamps before security is alerted and this entire operation is foobarred. At that point, I think having 2 mecha carrying this demigod might be a good way of getting it to one of our rallying points. Once you get it to a rallying point, we will have helicopter, or in one case, if you choose a different location, we do have a industrial-sized land carrier for the mecha. Any questions?
What do we know of their opposition? Their
The-
security forces and so on.
The security is well over a dozen armed security guards with an entourage of 4 divine machines, heroic class. However, they are not operated by scions. They are operated by your normal run-of-the-mill soldiers, so they should be short work for you and your crew.
Any other complications you can think of that might occur?
We are currently getting seismic activity in the area. This is partially the reason why we want to make sure that we get a demigod class mecha into the freehold. We believe that there is a possibility of an eruption of kaiju somewhere within the Massachusetts, the Bay State area. We haven't been able to identify where exactly it is. There have been a lot of echo earthquakes as well. But expect the possibility of either security detail or kaiju opposition.
I'm supposed to ask this. Do you have a dossier of the soldiers that would be piloting these other mechs?
As far as we are told, the soldiers that we have seen are your run-of-the-mill security detail. Though the party has had an extensive list of invitees, some of which may be more decorated officers within their megacorp, as well as a few other people from other megacorps who might be there for not legitimate means. However, I can't say for certain. These titans really like flaunting their wealth and showing off what they're designing, and especially love to invite the opposition just to rub it in their face or try and sell it to them at a higher price.
I take it then there will be a high level of civilian presence.
There will be. You need to be mindful of that when you're in the Berkshires. It has been built up a little bit, but it is not a gigantic city. There is risk of civilian casualties if you're not careful. Any other questions? We have managed to secure 4 false identities for your crew and invites to the gala event. Be sure to dress the part.
It has been quite some time since I have been at anything like this. Does not bring back good memories.
Well, if anyone needs any help in getting some great and fashionable outfits, just let me know. I'm happy to get my makeup guys together for you, my clothing guys together for you, and anyone else that you need in order to look pretty snazzy for the gala and everything. We got to look our best, right?
Dress to impress.
Absolutely. No other way to dress.
You are dismissed. You will find transportation in the form of a limousine outside, as well as a set of clothes to change into for each of you if you need. Though, if you wish to dress to impress, that is on you. You can use the locker rooms here if you need to change.
So I think Kai probably actually takes Carlos up on that, given he's mostly got like motor oil under his fingernails and whatnot since he spent the afternoon tinkering with something.
Yeah, Carlos basically gathers anyone who wants to join him. Carlos looks basically a slim, twinkish, half Mexican, half Chinese, and very, has makeup of various colors on, especially under his eyes, a nice shade of green, and short hair. And he gathers people together to go back to his trailer that he has set up right outside, where his trailer is basically a glorified closet where he keeps over 50 of his favorite outfits.
You guys,
Magnus will come with too.
Yeah.
Just
I
a
think
party.
Dex follows, and then Dex kind of walks up to you, Chin, and just holds up a picture and be like, "Okay, so my guy told me that I need to look like this," and he shows a picture of what looks to be like a stereotypical like Russian crime boss sort of fancy fit. I don't understand why I should look like this, but he said you would know better than I would.
Well, I'm happy. I'm pretty sure I can hook you up with something like that. And anyone else, if you have any more ideas in mind on how you want to look like, pretty sure I could get something like that. And in my closet, he pulls out his little tablet and he flips through it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got that outfit here.
Then Kai like finds a pair of too expensive for him sunglasses and like puts them over to kind of hide the implements that are sticking around his skull.
Magnus flips through the rack. Well, this is all maybe a little too much for me. Tell me, does black still go with black?
Black still always goes with black. You'll never fail with that combination there. If anything, you'll look striking, mysterious, and dashing. So, especially if I don't know if we're going to have cameras looking at us as we fight these things, but you never know. And let me tell you, it's how you get the sponsorship deals.
Wait, cameras involved?
Sponsorship?
as you guys are getting dressed, there is a window in your locker room that looks out onto the mecha bay. And you see the divine machines have been placed on transport carriers, sort of like these like flatbed trucks set up. They're clearly mecha, but they've been covered in like tarps of camouflage and things like that of that nature for transportation.
Some branches.
Yeah.
I hope they're being careful there.
You see someone like accidentally drop a wrench, and it like kind of like this gets a little close to the all-seeing raven.
Well, I knew that was going to happen, but nevertheless.
At this point, you guys will get a knock on the locker room door from the driver, and he says, "If you're ready, we will be leaving shortly."
Straightens the collar of the black shirt that he was given.
Yeah, just fixing my face a little bit. Just give me a couple minutes. I'll be there. Got to look good when I'm, kicking some butt. You understand how it is. Everyone knows how it is.
Yes, of course. Now, if you excuse me, there are beverages in the limo, inebriations if you wish. The party is in several hours, so we must make haste. with that, shall we skip time just a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys are currently being driven up to the Berkshire's outer perimeter. You can see that they have ground turrets set up, as well as several basic defensive barricades and natural sort of like it's as if they built a moat around this town. They're high mountains. Off in the distance, you can see Mount Greylock, one of the tallest mountains in Massachusetts. It is, I believe you can see like 5 states from the peak of it. But they've sort of like set up these trenches around the town, as well as these sort of not collapsing, mechanical like drawbridges that are set up in a very in a very like French Renaissance type style. Like the bridges are very nice and possibly made of ambrosia. It seems like the defensive measure for this settlement, as it were, is basically if any kaiju come near, the bridges get pulled in and the turrets kill any of the kaiju that are getting close to the city. Now, as you get closer and closer, you see what appears to be a giant of a mecha centered in the center of the city, in what used to be known as Mass MoCA, the Museum of Modern Art in the Berkshires. They've seemed to have rented it out and have in the back area set up this in this back field, as it were, the demigod class mecha, but it is also covered with a tarp, but not a tarp like yours where it's camouflaged. It is more of like this gigantic velvet like sheet, as if someone were going to like pull it down to present it in like a big grandiose gesture towards the end of the night. Spotlights are going left and right, and it seems as though you're going into a Hollywood-like setting of glitz and glamour as you walk out and see essentially the paparazzi are in full force. And there are people taking photos, and there are like CEOs of major corporations who are sort of standing around taking a picture in their finest attire, already being serviced by waiters and waitresses who are giving them glasses of champagne. The thing that you need to know about this mega corporation, though, is they are very on point when it comes to the French or aristocratic look. They've got the like frilly thingies from, I forget what they call them, that they have. Ruffles, yeah. And they've got this whole like grandiose display of finery. It's as if you're not in the Berkshires at all. It is as if you're in Versailles, like, and you're about to meet King Louis. There is also an upside down tree. I have to mention that.
I wonder what is going on with that tree.
You see next to it is like this plaque that basically says that what happens is essentially they have figured out a way of like basically like rotating the tree while it's growing so that it basically curves and it is upside down. It is a real thing in reality, and if you ever go to the Berkshires, it is a beautiful sight to see.
All right.
I will share I will share a photo in the chat just so that you all can see the grandiose nature of this. I don't know.
Carlos kind of ignores a little bit of the atmosphere of the place and instead concentrates on making sure he's showing his best side towards the paparazzi, who he's very familiar with, and does a few of these, few of that, a bit of that, and strikes a few poses before trying to make his way in as soon as possible to Hobnob, of course.
You see, like, there are a couple of Divine Machine fan and Scion fan boys and girls set up like in the behind the velvet rope, being like, "Oh, is that Carlos? Chet? I can't believe he's here! I can't believe it! This is insane! We already saw Frey Erickson, and now we're seeing Carlos. This is just amazing!" And they're like trying to get your autograph.
Yeah, and I throw them a few of them my autograph after getting tired of actually writing with my own hand. I take out a stamp that I have that I just like stamp on things that people have, and do a few selfies with folks here and there, and say a couple words for the reporters here and there. But it's even though Carlos is somewhat of a natural at engaging with this sort of crowd, he definitely gives off a vibe of he would rather not be around here and instead would rather be inside.
Quite easily, you managed to wrangle your way from the fanboys and girls and fans in general, and you get into the actual museum, and there are tables set up. There is a wonderful banquet in front of you, as well as the who's who of mecha pilots. You have people from all over the world. You have the likes of the the Seven Swords, who are a group out of Japan who protect the nation and as one of the few remaining nation states that remain. And then there are a few other people that are just sort of milling about, waiting to see what is going to be unveiled. It has been told that this demigod class mecha is a prototype of things to come and is something that has hitherto hasn't been seen on this world. What would you all like to do?
I'm going to make a quick phone call while this is going on.
In real life or
Oh, no, at the event.
okay. Who are you going to call?
I'm calling Sam.
And Sam is your
Assistant, partner in crime, more of the socialite, and technically is supposed to be doing this job, but hungover from last night's concert.
Yeah, what's going on? That's it. It's too early.
Sober up.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's actually 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, no, I get the fuck up. Like, important thing is happening.
I'm just like, Dex, what do you need? I'm like,
shut up for a moment.
no, like,
Important thing.
I mean, is it more important than my hangover? Because I don't think it is.
Think demigod mech.
Okay, what about it?
Big score. The thing that you were supposed to go on the job for. That important thing.
I mean, that's why I pay you the big bucks, man, or the little buck.
Technically, you work for me, but like we can discuss that when I come to the door with the shotgun. Anyways, I need you look to my eye and tell me who's who, so I can go and not necessarily bully, but socialite bully as we've been taught.
Okay, just turn on FaceTime and like flip the camera around. I'll try and suss someone out for you.
Why the camera just used the eye? Okay, whatever. He just flips over to the camera phone. It's just like, I hate using this thing. He flips over to the camera phone and makes it look like he's still talking on FaceTime, but he's showing off people's faces.
Okay. Roll me. So is he a contact of yours?
Yes.
So roll me what would normally be a what type of check do you want to do? You want to figure out where people are, so it's like a or who are who. So I think it would be like a culture plus maybe a intelligence check, maybe.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, I'm not good at this, but I got one success.
One success. Awesome. So you one of the people he's like, okay, first off, like, I don't know anyone at this party, man. They all are so like, there's so many twins here. I can't even like, and there's not a single twin here. But he's like, I don't know anyone who's a twin, but that woman over there those two women over there, they look like Freya Eriksson. She is a freaking big deal. She's a pilot for freelancing pilot, but she's got a huge influencer following, and she's got like 1 million subscribers on the Twitch streams. You know, like she live streams her fights just for the clout.
Wasn't she the one that and he kind of lowers his voice. Wasn't she the one that we kind of bullied that one time on her live stream with you know who?
I mean, it's maybe. I think I remember she was like, it could have been her. She also, I think it was like kind of like trying to like muscle in on Carlos's thing. I think she's got a Sun Wukong mech too.
Got it. Great to know. I will call you back, sober up. There's going to be important things that need to be happening soon. Bye.
Oh,
Love
wait a
you.
minute. She
Not
doesn't.
really.
She doesn't have. And yeah.
He's gonna rush over to Carlos. Still in business mode, pretending like nothing bothers him and no one is important to talk to him at this present moment.
Okay. I made a mistake there. That's my fault. But in any case, keep on going. There are not two Monkey Kings, but there could be. You don't know. Oh, we got a streak from Travis, and Travis also redeemed Hydrate, so drink up. Thank you. In any case, you guys do see that everyone's sort of like having fun, but you do see that outside the museum itself, the grounds have sort of been set up sort of like a firework display. Like there are people on the ground in utility suits setting up fireworks, making sure they go off at the right times for later in the night. And there are doors that lead out into the field that are guarded by security people. And I will remind you that the you do have a mission. What would you like to do?
Is Freya the only obvious or like well-known pilot?
She is one of the main known ones. If you wish to like search around, you can roll me a. I'm always bad at the rolls. We got the character sheet here. You can roll me a culture plus intellect or cunning.
Be cunning.
And I will give you a 3 complication that if you don't buy off, that there is another mech pilot here. Thank you for the subscription, Dreaming Denizen.
We're 8 and up or 7 and up? I can't remember.
8 and up.
8 and up. 10s reroll or just count as 2?
10's reroll.
Just 1. So I didn't buy off that. Can't buy off that complication.
You can't buy off that complication, but you immediately do recognize a second person who is of a renown that you have heard of. This person is, excuse me for just 1 second, Jackson Bullock. He is another mecha pilot. This one is more in line with the corporation that is currently running the event, Atelier Ambrosia. He is their most prolific heroic class pilot, mecha pilot.
Okay. And Freya is just a influencer, right? Like she's here because it's a party, not necessarily because she has a specific.
Yeah, she is one of the more known mecha pilots. She's got her own influencing career, but she is also a freelancer.
Okay. Probably has more in common with her on account of their pantheon. Magnus will grab whatever small plate offering there is, put on a few canapes or whatever they're passing around, and not sidle. He's not a sidler. He'll just kind of walk up to her. Good evening.
Evening. Are you one of the wait staff?
Perhaps you're mistaken because I'm wearing all black and carrying food. No, I'm a guest as well.
Oh, and she's going to try and place you. Do you have anonymity or fame at all?
No.
No? Okay. So if she rolls high enough on it, she'll probably pin you, but I don't think she will. Yeah, she says, "Oh, are you do you work for Atelier?"
I have been known to work for a number of people.
Oh, are you security? And she's going to use her basically the scent of the divine, sense the divine, or scent the divine, and is immediately going to pick up that you're a pilot. And she's like, "Oh, you're a pilot. Makes sense."
What's her demeanor? Is she like
She's relaxed.
completely sober, relaxed?
Yeah, she's
relaxed.
She's relaxed. She's had like maybe a drink or two, but she's up on it.
If I might ask, why are you attending this party tonight?
Oh, it's all about being the people you know, and I know a lot of people here, and it's just you never see. It's a never a dull time when a new class of mech gets announced.
That is an understatement.
Yes. Well, if you want to maybe share information or something. If you need a job at all, I'm always on the lookout for new talent to help bolster my numbers.
I have an idea that might bolster your numbers.
Oh, what's
It
that?
just came to me. What if you were to be the first pilot of this class of mech? A divine machine.
Mm. That is an interesting thing to bring up. Do you have any way of any kind of contract or anything saying that I can pilot said mech, said divine machine?
If you would require an official statement, then perhaps that could be forthcoming. But you would be open to the idea.
What are you offering?
I'm not specifically offering anything. I'm asking if you might find it beneficial to your brand.
If it's
to be the
in
first.
the Nordic pantheon, of course I'd be interested.
Are you aware of which pantheon it is?
Roll me a manipulation check on that, and you can choose what would you like to use to try and glean this information?
I have occult and academics, and are those the two best ones? I don't know.
Manipulation and either persuasion or subterfuge were what I was thinking, but if
Okay.
you want to try and use occult in some way, like maybe you can glean something of
Can I pick
what
anything
you...
up off of its design? Like, because it's
Yeah.
covered by a tarp, but it's not like fully covered, I think, right?
Oh no, it's fully covered.
Oh, is it?
They aren't
Okay.
like there's maybe just a little bit of metal showing, but it is pretty fully covered as far as like any iconography you can see.
While we're attuned to our divine machine, we get to use the purviews outside of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I only get to ask one of those questions. All right, let me look at some of these other ones here. And does anybody know how I regain, pardon me, how we regain legend?
I believe it's by acting within your pantheon in some way.
Oh, okay.
I'm double checking here just because I haven't played Scion in such a long time. Regaining legend.
Same.
When you accept a fate binding in accordance with one of your callings, the energies generated by acting in accordance with fate replenish a point of legend.
Okay.
You can also make sacrifices.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I'm looking through these things. This is a bit silly to do while actively in a scene.
Shall we switch to someone else if anyone else wants to do something? Okay, who would else like to try something?
I think Kai was probably standing close enough to this whole exchange, and since he does have the order purview and witness this whole exchange, he has the ability to know whether an action that was witnessed or contemplated would be legal according to the rules of this place. So I'm going to just take a check of this whole situation as to his proposal.
Okay, so what are you activating?
It's the innate order purview.
Innate.
I just know whether any action is I've witnessed would be legal according to them. So like her contemplating that, is that some kind of breach of her contract or something that
it would be in it wouldn't be in breach of her contract, but you feel as though it would be overlapping with a contract. As if there were two conflicting contracts happening at the same time, but for the same person.
be a conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest.
Cool. Okay. So with that, I think he's going to check out like the non-human security system and see if there's an easy way to shut down those cameras and whatnot, or at
Okay.
least some way to do it.
Hey, you can roll me a technology plus intellect or an enigmas plus intellect on that. I think there's enigmas in this.
Uh, yeah, I'll take the technology.
Yeah. There is not enigmas. Sorry. I am so used to Trinity Continuum.
Costs a lot of dice that I rolled not a lot of successes on.
I was going to say there is, we do have, I'm saying 4 momentum for this, in case you want to add any.
Well, I got 2.
Okay. So immediately you can sort of parse that. You can try to disable the security cameras. If you like are able to like get to the front security desk, you probably can like figure out a way of turning them off. But if you don't do it quickly enough, you might accidentally set off a minor security alarm, like a silent alarm. It wouldn't tell them who did it, but it might put them on it.
Okay, and where like in relation to where this gala is versus where I would need to go do that?
So the gala is sort of like in the middle section of the museum, and you'd have to go to the front. The Mecca is at the back.
Gotcha. Okay, so I think Kai just casually walks over holding like a glass of champagne or something, and gets his very customized cell phone out with whatever illicit software is loaded up on that, and gets to work. And I'm thinking when he gets there, he recognizes some of the equipment from his days as being a technician.
Okay.
So I'm gonna invoke my pad to add a couple of dice.
Okay. Go for it. I will say there is a complication of 2 that if not bought off, a silent alarm is triggered.
Cool. So I think maybe composure, just to keep his cool, look like he's not doing anything illegal while he's watching, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Go for it.
Software get to work on this thing. Okay.
Go for it.
Oh, very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I roll 2 10s. 4.
4. You manage to buy it off, and immediately the security cameras are not only off, but you manage to figure out a way of getting them to loop.
Nice. So I'm gonna walk back to whoever is closest. I'm assuming maybe the 2 that weren't embrangled in some sort of scheme to get a very famous pilot in trouble, and whisper, I got the cameras down.
Well done. Well done. What? Why again? As you notice that Carlos is drinking probably his 4th drink already.
In. Well, possibly we're doing a retrieval, so I would think you wouldn't want that to be caught on camera.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Do we need a distraction of some kind? I could probably do something good.
With that, we will go over to Simon. What's Magnus doing?
All right. Okay. So I want to. This is, I guess, a little bit of my lack of experience with the system, but it looks like with fate binding only works on mortals and not other scions. Like if I want to bring her into, if I want to fate bind her,
Yeah, that's kind of fate doing its own thing.
Yeah.
All right. We'll just use subterfuge then, as you suggested
Okay.
on that roll. So let me get to my roller. Oh, I have to stop it. Okay. Oh. All right. One.
Legend actually refreshes every time you enter and exit the machine.
Oh yes, thank
Great.
you. I forgot that was a change in this. So
Legend belongs to the machine.
so Simon, you were using subterfuge to figure out if she knows what the Pantheon is?
Yeah.
We will go back to Carlos in just a second. So the what you get from her is she seems as though like she knows what Pantheon it is,
hmm
but she doesn't, even though she's Nordic Pantheon, she's kind of like there's this weird thing where it's like maybe it's Nordic Pantheon because she seems like she's interested slightly in it.
Okay.
We're gonna cut back to Carlos now. You're gonna try and do a distraction?
Yeah. Carlos, in his semi-inebriated mind, notices that the party's not exactly jumping. Yes, it looks nice and all, but nonetheless, they need some entertainment. And as a fairly famous and previously rockin' underground DJ, he'll go up to wherever the DJ booth is, and persuade the DJ to take over, basically. And Carlos will play a basically, how should I say, a different sort of atmosphere of music that will get basically the party really going to provide enough distraction for people to actually do some work while Carlos pretends he's doing his part here.
Is it Skrillex?
Oh no, it's going to be Darude Sandstorm at least 20 times over.
Can you roll me a either culture or I guess culture and presence or manipulation?
Yeah, let me see there. Let's see what that would be.
If you have another suggestion,
No, that's perfect. Culture and presence. Okay.
I never take culture. I always should.
Oh, it's a very useful skill in situations like these for sure. All right, let me see. That would be 1, 2, and 3, and then I got a 10, so that's 4, and let me reroll that 10. All right. And that's just 4. 4 successes.
4 successes. The party begins like pumping as the music begins to flow. You're playing like what type of music are you playing?
Basically the most thumping, the most rocking, dance and house music possible. That just kind of gets people really just dancing and wild, or at least terribly confuses them as to why it's happening at a Versailles themed event.
Yeah, the
But I'm also trying to talk and be flashy and use my celebrity self to point the attention my way.
there is going to be a 3 complication to the security guards to not pay attention to you. So if they are to not pay attention to you, so they'll have a difficulty tracking you guys as you do the rest of the mission. At this point, Freya, talking with Magnus, is going to like her head is going to turn to Carlos, and she's going to be like, "That stupid monkey," and she's going to like rush towards where the DJ is. She's like, "I need everyone, look at me! I'm dancing like crazy," and she's gonna start trying to like use the music to start dancing and get everyone's attention for herself, because she wants people to take out the phones and start recording her, so she starts trending on social media.
Of course, Carlos has already beat her to the punch by live streaming himself on not just his own Twitch channel, but on Instagram and whatever the equivalent of Facebook is these days. And basically doing a live set for people online. But he also points out that she's out there dancing. And it's just like, oh, look, my friend came out just to see me play, guys. It's the best thing. I'm just so glad she's here right now. Look how she's losing it. Only I, a superstar DJ, Carlos Chen, can do something like this.
and the building rocks as everyone is dancing, and it's like this cacophonous like whoosh as everything is going pumping. The lights are flickering a bit. It's awesome. What does everyone else do while Carlos is doing the distraction?
I'm trying to make sure Kai can get in to where um, they can go ahead and start setting up the taking of this thing. So
Yeah.
while while Chin is handling the crowd, I'm handling the big wigs and causing a little chaos there, and gonna get into the middle of them. Gentlemen, hi. I know. I'm so sorry, but I just heard a small, teeny tiny rumor about a situation happening. If you don't mind, I know you guys have a busy schedule, but a little birdie told me that the stocks for a few of your companies is about to go under.
And how are you? What are you trying to do? Get them to leave?
Oh, I'm trying to get them distracted and panicking. Um, I'm using my passion, fear, having them fear that their money is about to go under with this new unveiling.
Okay. You can roll unless you're using an ability. You can roll manipulation plus persuasion, I think.
I am going to use, on like the main guy of the clique, I am going to use irresistible impulse. Basically making him scared as hell about what's about to befall him and his company and his little entourage.
Okay. Double checking that ability because I'm always bad at this stuff. Fill character's heart with emotion of your choice. They gain a condition. The target takes a +3 difficulty when they take an action that the story guide deems directly contrary to the emotion. It's hard to treat someone politely while mad as hell, or to commit to a fist fight while love struck. So you get a +3 on rolls to detect the inflamed emotion. So basically you get these guys to like be on their phones making sure their stocks are doing all right.
Yeah, and just to add a little insult to injury, I'm just going to lean in. Now, gentlemen, you know when you allow a French aristocrat to come along and mess with your money, you know that you end up becoming, well, you end up, what was the word? Hot dog bun sized Americans wearing ascoffs, having to salute to a red, white, and blue flag that isn't yours.
Oh no, mon ami! And they're all on their phone right now. they're going crazy. There's a lot keeping people's attention now. Seems as though the
Send a
Mecca.
signal out to Kai.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get because I'm assuming he might need some backup, so he is going to get Magnus and try to make it out to where the divine machine is housed.
Roll me some stealth checks, like dexterity plus subterfuge.
The both of us?
Yeah. Everyone who's going out at the moment.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my own dice because they might. I'm not having good luck with that roller.
I mean, earlier today I rolled 5 ones and on 5 dice, so someone hates me somewhere.
Right. Okay, much better. I got 3 that time.
Yeah, I think while he's like going down the hallways and slipping through doors, he says something like, yeah, you know, the corporations, they build these things all the same. I've slipped out of more than one of these, and I'm gonna go ahead and invoke my underworld escapee path. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 5.
Okay. Awesome. You all managed to bypass the security guards expertly. They've moved away from the doors, and you just managed to slide right past them. Outside, there are people who are setting up the fireworks and everything, but you sort of blend in with a few people who are sort of like snuck out there just for a smoke or something, and so they're not really bothered by you. And they're not paid enough to call someone for someone sneaking in here. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not like you have like a giant crane that you could just take this demigod mech away or anything like that.
I really wish I had taken that thing where I can summon my mecha to me right away.
I mean, I was debating just giving you all that ability anyway, because it's such a fun like tokusatsu type thing of like raising your arm in the air and your mecha just is summoned to your location.
Yeah.
Never
Oh.
tried.
Is there who's watching over this thing?
There are a handful of guards. There are 2 guards basically on either end of the legs of the mech. It's sort of in a seated position with the legs clamped down.
Yeah. Does any of them look like the senior guard? They're wearing like a,
They don't appear to be. There doesn't appear to be a senior guard set up out there. There are just basically two normal guards set up next to what appear to be the magnetic clamp controls next to the feet.
Okay.
2 on each side.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I hate to bump in on fate binding again, but I'm trying to figure out exactly like, is this a long-term thing, or can I just use it? And in using it, do I just invoke it related to one of my callings?
Fate binding. I'm always a little unfamiliar with the fate binding. If anyone knows about it, like any of you other players know about it.
Fate binding is I would consider it to be more of a long-term thing unless your character has come into this session already with notable fate bindings. Like if you have any contacts listed, those would be considered probably some level of fate binding or another.
But I can't just walk up to the guards and then just like yoink them into my legend or anything like that.
No. Okay. Usually you would have to do something legendary involving them.
And then they get tied into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. All right, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Apologies.
No, that's fine. In that case.
A reminder though, you will get legend when you go into your mecha for the first time.
Yeah, so Kai, having access to the star purview, and since we're standing beneath open sky now,
Yeah.
is essentially going to throw his senses to kind of a god's eye view, looking down on where they are out to kind of long range, top down, and figure out where everything is, hopefully to find where the technicians are maybe hanging their hats, and swap out of the suit for a technician's uniform.
Okay. Yeah, you can see that the technicians have sort of set for the fireworks display and stuff, have set up a van sort of down by the canal that's near where the mech is. Like, they're out of the way enough that you can't see it from the party, but you could easily go there and get some technician jumpsuits or something put over your regular suits.
Yeah, so I think I lead Magnus over there, and it's like we go in and come out head to toe, looking like we're there to set up something else.
Okay. Now,
Sounds good.
Then waltz over to where the guards are standing there, looking like we are in a hurry to.
cunning plus subterfuge.
I do have some subterfuge. Would my repairs specialty apply here as I start throwing out a lot of
Yeah, totally.
techno jargon? Maybe thinking like composure to keep the act up.
Yeah, you can do composure.
Okay.
I am not a stickler for these rules, but they will roll to see if they can discern your lies.
Yeah. So Kai says something like, really needs to lock us down. And like without even waiting for them to finish what they're doing, he's like already putting his hands on the controls and getting to work trying to unlatch them. And I got 3 successes. I guess I'm rolling pretty good today.
Okay, you managed to like work on the controls a little bit. They do kind of like say, no, you're like, we need you to step away and stuff like that. But by the time they say that, you've already managed to unlock one of the legs. Now you just need to do it to the other one. It is at this point, everyone roll me a resolve plus composure check. Two. This includes everyone in the party too.
Also 2.
I got 5. I've got resolve
4.
5, composure 4.
Got 4.
4 and 5. 4 and 5 are immediately going to feel the earth beneath them shake even harder than it was when the music started. And it's quite possible that there is actually some sort of like actual earthquake happening right now as you guys are walking around and doing things. At first you thought maybe that earthquake before was just Carlos hitting the music with the bass so hard, but now it's like, oh, it's like the house is literally on fire, coming down. Like, you can see like the rings in water glasses and alcohol. Like, just there's like,
If I feel it, then immediately I'm calling Sam again.
Yeah. You call him and he's like, "What's up, man? What's he doing?"
Change the plans. Can't use the other mech. Got to use the actual one. Send it over.
They already took it, man, earlier this morning.
No, you know which one I'm talking about. Not that one.
Okay, Jesus, man.
Earthquake, kaiju, possible. Now.
Okay.
Are you
Cut.
drunk again?
I mean, hair of the dog.
It's not hair of the dog if you have 5 more shots afterwards.
So you're expecting him to, like, how is he sending the mech over?
Hopefully, he has it set up somewhere close to the other one, but I don't know at this point, as he's currently drunk. So he's just like, please tell me you're least responsible yesterday and had this set up.
Yes, he has it. He has it set up somewhere.
And he's probably going to look for Carlos to kind of signal, hopefully, like, hey, kaiju, bullshit about to happen.
And Magnus, you're at the other magnet clamp for the demigod class mecha.
Yep.
How are you going to unclamp it? There are 2 security guards there.
Got a pretty high manipulation. Can I use can you walk up to them and start tracing runes in the air in front of them? Because it's Scion, and so we know these people exist. And using manipulation and maybe occult, because that way it's spookier. Try to convince them that he's reading their futures and senses that there's some great calamity to befall them specifically, that if they don't leave, they or those they love will die.
Roll me a manipulation plus, I guess, plus occult.
Mhm.
And I'll give you a +2 enhancement because the earth is literally shaking right now.
Yeah, okay. Manipulation and occult +2?
+2 successes. So
+2. Yeah, right. The +2 enhancement.
Enhancement, yeah.
These guys have never seen such a dreadful technician profit.
I'm very insightful. That's why they keep me on the job. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 3 10s, so 5. So 5 successes on that. Enhancement +2, so 7 total.
7 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're booking it now. They're like, we're not gonna die here. We're gonna save our families. They're running out.
Now, how do you actually unclamp this thing?
It's literally like a lever.
I think like while you're saying that, like Kai like pulls.
Yes, I'll just watch you. What do I do here? Okay, pull the lever.
And with that, the magnetic clamp releases. Off in the distance, there is a giant resonating explosion as you see the mountain top of Mount Greylock erupt into lava spewing forth. Forms of 3-story tall beings. Horns silhouetted against the night sky roar as you hear the thunderous footsteps of kaiju coming towards you. And with that, we'll take a 5-minute break, to use the restroom, and if anyone wants to get their friends to come see a mecha kaiju fight, get them now. And we'll cut to a ad break just quickly.
All right.
Hello, and we are back, ready for our giant robot battle. Man, I should have grabbed cough drops. I did not grab them. That is my bad. I always imagine the kaiju coming in as when Godzilla fights Mechagodzilla in frickin' Godzilla Final Wars. Find that link if you can. In any case, where last we left off our intrepid heroes, there was a giant earthquake, and Mount Greylock has exploded as giant kaiju come barreling down, covered in liquid hot magma. And the demigod machine has been removed from its clamps, but it is still currently locked. It's still in its position. You all get calls on communicators that say your mecha are ready, your divine machines are ready to be piloted and activated. You're needed. And you will get locations of where your mechs are within the city limit. And there are now air raid sirens being blared as people are being told to evacuate.
It's going to be particularly difficult to get to the mecha. Sorry, the divine machines.
It is not. However, I would say you have to roll dexterity or might plus athletics to see who gets there faster.
Us or the kaiju?
No, just you guys. Just roll. I'll roll some things.
You said dexterity plus athletics, right? Or might?
Yeah, or might.
Okay.
Ooh.
Think of
All
this.
right, beautiful roll. Got 4 successes there. So
Uh, 3 successes.
TJ, what did you get?
I got you.
Okay. Carlos, you're up. You are rounding the corner as you see your mecha. What does it look like when you take on this divine machine?
all right. Well, as soon as I sort of face the machine, basically me and the machine have sort of like a shared glow of sorts. And the machine begins also blasting my theme song, of course, because it's Carlos. And as the chat mentioned, it is indeed Culture Beats Mr. Vane. And Carlos basically begins floating and dancing in the air towards basically the heart of the divine machine and melds into it, and then does a cool fighting pose.
Awesome. And next would be, is it Dex or Kai?
What did you get?
Kai got 2.
I had 3, so I'm guessing I'm up.
Yeah, Dex is 3. Okay. Dex.
Right. Dex is looking around and being like, "Oh, thank everything that Sam got this to me on time." And he kind of rips off the outfit that Carlos gave to him lovingly, and like is wearing a different outfit. It's an airman's jacket, but it has this weird, horrific looking firefly on the back of it that starts to glow, and firefly wings kind of cover over him, and he turns into something like like a horrific Power Ranger jumps up to get inside like the actual cockpit. Kind of, he has to slam his down because it's like still somewhat like the old-fashioned ones. It's not like everything automated. He's flicking everything on, turning on the voice modulator. Okay, one testing one. Shift voice. All right, and he kind of books it over to the location. It's a large green mech, lot sleek, but also has like brutalist makings for this thing. It looks like one of the older models, and it also looks kind of terrifying on the street.
Nice. Now, next would be Kai.
Yeah, I think Kai is just like running, looking down where he's got like a bleep that's getting closer and closer until he spies the Starfall's destiny. Like, imagine it's kind of like pitched up in the middle of the only like forested area nearby, with some of that camo still on it. But as he draws close, it's got kind of like almost like steam or dew coming off of it, but really the closer he gets, the more it smells like kind of cleansing rain. And he kind of runs through the stream, and the interior of it kind of comes open, and he slides inside to be presented with like a huge holographic display that is, calibrating everything. As it stands up and breaks the tree line, it's got a huge sniper rifle, but it is kind of encased in something almost looks like a lance, and the exterior is all kind of almost like a knight's armor, sort of bracketed in different places.
Awesome. And lastly, Magnus.
So I guess he walks rather than runs, on account of being last. But he does seem to take it more casually, at least in the manner in which he's moving. So he's the last to get there, but let's say speed walking with some determination. When he gets there, though, it's in whatever it's at rest poses. So let's say a kneeling, one knee up kind of crouch down fashion. And as he gets closer, it's like a dark kind of gunmetal-y color all around. It's bulkier. So in a way, it's more it's closer to a different style of mecha than a sort of an anime style of mecha in its design. It's a bit blockier, looks a little more crude, but these runes start to glow on it as he gets closer, illuminating a sort of raven motif on each shoulder, and then the single eye in its forehead lights up. And he sort of nonchalantly climbs up it to the spot to the entry spot for the piloting chamber, and pops open and slides in. And as it stands up, it holds out its right arm, and a massive spear appears in it. As it does that, it's almost a if it had an expression, it would equal the sort of casual ennui that Magnus exhibited as he entered the thing.
Awesome. And for the folks at home, can we get a reminder of which pantheon and god you represent? We can start with Pablo.
Yeah, Carlos is a scion of Sun Wukong of the Shen of China. And so his mech has monkey-like features, just like the Monkey King. And his mech is called the Da Sheng, which means heaven's equal.
Nice.
Simon.
Magnus is of the Aesir, Nordic pantheon, specific to Odin, hence the all-seeing raven moniker that his mecha, his divine machine, has. And the runes. That kind of might be a giveaway.
Pro.
Oh, Dex, or his moniker, the IBUFO, is part of the Orisha pantheon, and his patron is Ugon. So you see a lot of that old style blacksmithing interwoven into the design, but also with his namesake, he's taken on more of like a witch-like firefly that's crept out of hell, as his namesake is inferred, as he's also known as the Boogeyman and the Horrors of War.
And TJ.
Yeah, so Kai is a scion of the plant Dom, and which is a Welsh pantheon from Once and Future. And his patron is Arinharad, who is the goddess of destiny. So the mecha reflects this in these sort of bright sky colors on it, and also the interior is filled almost like with starlight.
Awesome. Okay. And now we are into battle. As you guys are watching, you can see that the bridges to the Berkshires are currently trying to be retracted in. But the moat that's around there is beginning to fill with fast-moving lava. These creatures with bull-like horns get closer and closer. You see they are like giant minotaurs of flame. They are they're a little bit shorter than you. They are still bulky. These are lesser kaiju. In particular, they seem to be filling this pit with lava, this moat, and as they manage to do so, it takes a little bit of time. Some of the turrets are killing the lesser kaijus off, but eventually they do manage to fill the pit and are beginning to rampage into the city. Now, we are going to go by initiative that was rolled off before, but we'll do popcorn initiative like Story Path Ultra just to keep things flowing. Carlos, you're first.
Okay, so remind me again where the kaiju is in distinction to us and what it's up to.
So there are like dozens of kaiju
Okay.
encircling the city, and they are currently like throwing lava into the moat that is protecting the city, but they are now walking through it towards the city. So wherever you like navigate yourself, you can like get within close range of a kaiju pretty easily, or like they're right in front of you basically, so long as you're pointed directly in any one of the cardinal directions.
Okay. Yeah. In the Dasheng, Carlos makes his way, brandishing the Ruji Bong, which is a large, glowing staff, and he'll run over to one of the closest kaiju and basically try to do a a run and basically baseball bat hit against the kaiju's head.
Okay. Go
All
right
right.
ahead. You have the rules for combat are firearms plus dexterity, or close combat plus might or dexterity.
Okay.
And you have +5 to the roll. And if it doesn't go up to 10 dice, you start at 10 dice.
Okay. So let me see. Close combat. Let me see. Okay, cool. So
Trying to keep track of all these rules. These are I really like all these like new things they put in there. There's even a collateral damage pool for you guys fighting kaiju.
Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let me re-roll one because it was a 10. 6 successes.
6 successes. Okay, that's going to definitely add a die to the collateral pool.
Awesome.
6 successes. Okay, so you can let's double check this. Yeah. How do you want to do this to this lesser kaiju? There are 12 of them out there, and you just massacred this one right in front of you.
Yeah, basically, Carlos in the Dashen just books it over, just runs over, and basically slides in and using the staff just slams it against the kaiju's head. And if it kills it, then it's gonna do basically like a head explosion as it basically just caves the head in, or basically will just knock a substantial cranium hit into it, a massive dent.
Nice. It's going to fall back into the lava and melt into itself.
Perfect. Perfect.
Who do you want to jump the initiative to? Do you want it to jump it to the kaiju, Dex, Kai, or Magnus?
Let's jump it to Dex then.
Dex, you're up.
Dex is going to turn off the cloaking because he figures I don't need this at this present moment. And he's going to just fire not towards where Carlos is, but like taking out the ones that are getting his blind spots.
Okay. Roll it up.
Can you make this roll? Roll that one. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe roll that one. 7.
7. So how do you want to do this one as well? These guys are size scale 2, and you guys are size scale 3, so you're doing one. You get to buy off I believe, the injury condition twice, inflict injury twice, and you can get a critical attack as well. So you instantly kill this guy. What happens?
He takes out something that looks like a brutal looking mishmash of metal, a witch gun, which is an actual thing in real life where people think that if you fire this thing that you are cursing someone. So basically he's firing off like a railgun style hard metal into these things, and it's just putting like a piercing hole, but like there's a faint green glow in the center wherever he shoots through these things.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And there's smoking hole through it as it collapses to the ground. Who do you want to pass it to? Kai, Magnus, or Kaiju?
If the kaiju goes last, that means to go twice, right?
Yeah.
I am going to strategically pass it to the kaiju.
Okay. Kai. Kaiju with a giant flaming great axe is going to try and slam into you. Would you like to roll your defense roll?
Yeah. So I think as he sees it coming, he's kind of like braced himself. And 1, 2, 3, 3.
Okay. I believe if you have scale against me, it doesn't matter though, but like they aren't. This kaiju is just like tries to swing at you, misses. You manage to like backstep away as this giant plume of flame sinks right into the road in front of you. Now, it is going. Another one is going to try and take on Magnus.
Yeah, 1 sec. Okay, I don't want to. Oh, we don't go over our legend, right? We just go back up to it.
Yeah, you just fill it back up.
Okay. All right. No, go ahead.
You can roll your defense.
Mhm.
Would be one of your resistance stats, I believe.
Yeah. Mm,
It's resilience plus 3.
I did the calculation.
Yeah.
Ooh. In that case, well, okay. How dangerous do they seem?
They seem to be lesser kaiju, so it's likely they're not going to be doing crazy amounts of damage to you.
Yeah, because I got no successes. You haven't rolled yet, have you?
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay, never mind then.
They're going to take a swipe at you, and you are going to take 1 point of your 8 points of health away.
Okay.
So you'll be down to 7. There's this giant flame that cuts through the whole of your mecha, but it hasn't gotten to the very severe parts, the important parts of your components.
All right.
One of them is going to bum rush Carlos. If you wish to roll your defense as well.
Let me see what that is. Okay.
It's your
Time to
highest
roll.
resilience stat plus 3.
Yep. So my highest resilience. All right. Great. Rolling, and let's see what we get here. Two.
2. They're going to manage to swipe at you and nick your armor, as well as you feel the heat boil inside of your cockpit or wherever you're merged with your mech. And you're going to take 1 injury, 1 point of damage. It is going to be passed to Kai for their turn. His turn.
So you rolled no successes, right, Simon? So we should be at momentum 5 now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Keep up the momentum.
Yeah. So how close am I to like the building we were all in? Or actually, would I be able to like leap and land on top of the demigod mecha?
There are, you guys can definitely get within range of the demigod mecha. You guys are pretty close to it.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking of just using it to basically stand up on and line up a shot on whichever kaiju's closest to the city.
Yeah. The other kaiju appear to be getting closer, trying to get closer to the demigod. But yeah, take the shot.
Okay. Yeah. So we've got some kind of jet situation that propels this thing up and over where it lands.
You're going to have a 3 complication of if you take the shot and don't buy off the complication, the basically the covering on the demigod is going to slide off and your mech's going to fall. They'll just be knocked over, but you won't be like, you'll be knocked over, but you won't take damage.
Okay. Let me see here. That's all allies.
Trying to calculate all these feats of scale you guys are doing.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out if the targeting system module adds to mine as well. I think it's just allies though. Yeah, all allies. Okay, so yeah, so he there's like a little targeting reticle that pops up, and it's going and going and going as the kind of flare where there would normally be like a gun stock starts to glow, and then a huge kind of like beam arcs out of the end of the sniper rifle. Bunch of dice.
Oh, I need to also let you guys know that you can use 2 abilities. One ability to get an enhancement for your roll if you want to add extra collateral to the pool. It's at a 1-to-1 basis, so you get 1+1 enhancement for each collateral you add to the pool.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do that, but no thanks. But since the weapon already adds 1 enhancement, I got 5.
Okay.
And the tags include arcing, so I don't think it's undercover, but it's there, and aggravated, so all of its wounds are huge, blistering, terrible, godlike wrath from the rifle. The rifle Clarence, the peace rifle.
Awesome. So how much hits did you get?
5 total.
5 total. How do you want to do this?
I think I'll buy off the complication, and that will leave me with 2.
Okay. You managed to sideswipe this guy with the shot, and you are still standing on top of a demigod. Who do you want to pass the turn to?
Was I at the bottom of the round?
Oh no, there's only one person left. It's
me.
Magna.
All right. There are still kaiju. I mean,
there are still kaiju.
Gonna start trying to keep clearing them out.
There's one injured one, and there are about several others left.
Okay. I would like to. I would like to use. Well, there are a fair number of them still.
Yeah, there are 10. One of which
okay.
is injured.
I'd like to spend a legend and use Herald of Victory on our side to give everyone enhancement 1 on all actions.
Okay.
And then can I make an attack after that?
I'm not sure, but I think maybe.
Okay.
I'll let you
think
do
you
it.
can.
Yeah.
All right, great. So use that, and then Uh, yeah, I want to make an attack. I'll see how this all goes. So I'll use my close. I'll close with them with the let's say the non-injured one. I'm just curious for my own sake here. And he'll going to narrate afterwards.
Yeah, narrate afterwards.
Okay. So roll my close attack.
Yep.
Yes, yes, yes. No. Yeah. Okay. So 4 successes rolled plus 1 from the weapon. 4 successes rolled, and then I would have 2 enhancements from the weapon and the power I just used.
Awesome. Yeah.
Now,
How do you want to do it?
Put them all into damage.
Yeah.
I also have piercing on my spear. If that'll make a difference here.
It won't make a difference for these. These guys are mooks.
Okay. So 6 damage. He hoists his spear, which glows all rune-like, and plunges it down. Is it going to take it out?
It is.
And then kind of both hands behind it, catches it, hoists it up above, like off the ground, and then sort of pile drives it with the spear into the ground next to him.
And at this point, I roll the collateral pool.
Yay! Consequences of our actions.
Consequences of your actions. Okay, I've got 3 successes. I can buy something crazy. Last player adds it. Okay, so Simon,
Yeah.
roll 6 dice.
Oh. Three successes?
3 successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No difference.
I'm gonna say Mass Mocha is size 2 category. Or no, we'll say it's size 3 because there's not much more that can happen. Everyone is trying to escape the calamity as these mechas and kaiju have filled the city. During the commotion with all the fighting and taking out the kaiju, lava blood from the minotaurs has gone splattering onto Mass Mocha and is currently burning the museum down to the ground. It is now the end of round, and the 9 kaiju that are still alive that are looking around are going to wail as they all begin to merge together to form giant versions of themselves with wings on their back.
What?
Simon, who do you want to give the turn to?
Carlos.
There are now 3 kaiju of equal size to your divine machines that are in this field.
Okay. And what are each of the kaiju doing? Are they each doing their separate thing, or are they united in some sort of level of attack?
They are united in aiming towards the demigod.
Okay. In that case, then I am going to use my warrior submodule and call to duel one of them so as to weaken the number going after the demigod class and basically look cool engaging in a one-on-one battle with one of these kaiju.
Mhm.
All right, and I've spent what needs to be spent for that. Okay. And having called to duel, hold on, let me see if I have to roll anything exactly for that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check here.
Sure, if you do.
All right. Yeah. Let me check my notes. Okay. Yes, okay. Imbued one legend. Call an enemy to duel. You determine the win condition for this duel, which can be things like first to inflict damage. Okay, my win condition for this duel is to kill this kaiju. So, in a cool way, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. You and your chosen opponent do battle until this win condition is met, and others may not interrupt. This may take place while another fight is happening. The chosen target is compelled to fight you and only you, and vice versa. If you win, I add 2 momentum to the pool. If I lose, I recover 2 legend instead. So, life or death battle. Let's do this. There's no roll needed, actually.
Mm.
Okay.
Nice.
So, I guess storyteller's discretion. Do I get to attack now after doing that?
Oh yeah, totally.
All
Light
right.
attack.
So, Carlos, inside the Dashem, points at the kaiju and basically does one of these, and then swings around his staff and in a cool fashion takes a pose before rushing over to it and basically going to try to basically hit it right in the midsection as hard as possible.
Mhm.
All right, so let's do that roll.
It has a defense of 4.
Good to know. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 10s there, so let me re-roll that. All right. All right. Ah, never mind. Just 5.
Just 5. Okay. So you hit for 1 damage, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And these guys do have the same scale. So this guy's he basically like blocks the attack, but with his arm. And it does go through, and there is like a little bit of magma blood splurting out, but it starts laughing.
Oh, resilient monster, aren't you? Yeah. Time to have a little dance battle then.
Who do you pass the turn to?
All right. Let's see. Let's start over to TJ then.
So Kaya's like watching, like with some kind of magnifier, the like one-on-one battle there, and turns his attention to whichever kaiju is closest. And he is going to use Analyze the Divine. And I think I'm going to make it a mixed action and also take a shot at it.
Okay.
So I've got another one called Targeting System that says spend momentum to apply the locked on unique condition to your target. It
Mhm.
doesn't specify that that is an action. I do all 3 of these things.
I'll let you do it for the
very
for the cool thing, but just so long as it's not taking up too much time.
No problem. So I'm going to spend a point of momentum from the pool. One of the kaijus now has the locked on condition. So all allies get +1 enhancement to attack rolls. And also intrigue rolls to demoralize the target, but I don't think that matters. And that lasts until it's lost health from at least 2 bandmates.
Okay, I'll put it on the one that already took damage.
Okay. And then analyze the divine. I'm going to roll technology. Plus, let's go with, what do I have a lot of? Intellect. And that is going to let me, for every success, I get to find out something about these kaiju. That's a terrible roll. Okay, 1. So the thing I'm going to pick is a, let's see, what is one technique, quality, or sub-module not yet used in the fight by them?
Seeing red. The antagonist may enter a frenzy state during which they feel no pain and are largely incapable of doing anything but attacking the nearest target. This adds a +1 enhancement to close combat rolls and rises to +2 if the antagonist has only a single health box remaining.
Awesome. So I'm imagining that, like, while that's all scrolling on mine, I'm like projecting all of that information to my fellow pilots. And let's see.
They can go berserk.
Yeah, let's go to the kaiju.
Let's go to the kaiju. Okay. I have named them in the background for myself because I feel like they should have names. We have Callus, a greater kaiju, Calamity, also a greater kaiju, and Calcium, a greater kaiju. Yes, I wanted C names.
Didn't go with Larry. Was it Larry and Daryl and his other brother Daryl?
Okay. They are going. There are 3 of them. One of them is going to attack. Attack Kai on the demigod. They're all reflexively activating their Seeing red ability. What is your defense, Kai? Roll for defense. Three, 4, 5, 6. What's your defense? TJ?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were talking to me for a second.
I called you by your character name. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah. My fault. My defense is 8. So let me go ahead and roll that.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming this is like range. It's not clamoring all the way up to demigod to get at me.
Oh, no, it's right up to the demigod, and it's like...
Oh, okay, cool. Well, then dropping to cover won't help, and I will just roll what I got. 1, 2, 3. Oh, finally a good roll. 4, 5, 6, and I rolled 3 10s. 6.
6? Okay, it's only going to do 1 damage to you as it swipes at you with its even more enormous battle axe that it has. These are giant flaming weapons that they're using. And Callus takes a swipe at you and does 1 damage. But Calamity is going to go after Carlos. What is your defense?
All right. So defense is
Your highest resilience stat plus
+3, right?
+3, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that would be 6 then.
You would roll it.
Okay. So let me roll it then. Right. 1, 2, 3. I got a 10. So just 3.
Just 3.
Yeah.
You're going to take a point of damage as it nicks into your right arm.
All right.
And then I'm going to say Dex, you're up on the brunt of the attack as Calcium takes a swing at you. Roll for defense. What you got? Are you muted?
Hold on, I was checking to see what my defense was.
Highest resilience +3,
Right.
and then roll.
Reroll that one. So 3 with that enhancement.
You got 3.
Yeah.
You're gonna take another ding, just 1 injury, as they manage to get through your armor just slightly. And at the end of their turn, they are going to pass it to left. They're gonna pass it to Magnus.
Who amongst us is in the most sort of dire situation? Anybody feeling bear down on too much? No? Okay. Okay. Which one's closest to me?
You can say the Callus.
Actually, no, I
they're
have
they're
reach. So which one's
they're all attacking different people right now.
Yeah.
So Calcium is attacking Dex. We've got Calamity attacking Carlos, and Callus is attacking Kai.
Oh, and I can't remember any of them injured?
Callus is injured, and you get a +1 enhancement for hitting it.
I don't know. Let's clear him out. +1 on top of all the other ones.
Yeah. These things are going to go out for blood. I am not holding back.
Oh, right. I rolled them all, got no successes, but forgot I have 3 more dice. There we go. Okay, 2 successes +3 enhancement is 5. So let's again put that all under damage.
Okay, that's only going to do 1 point of damage because you didn't have enough for a critical hit, I think.
Okay.
It is at this point, I will remind you, you
piercing. Is that going to help on their armor?
I'm double checking their armor. They are not armored.
Oh. Well then. Fine.
I feel like piercing would so there is a thing of not putting armor on characters, I guess. I don't know. If it were against a mecha, I would give you an extra point of damage, but these are like kaiju.
Okay. All right, so yeah, 5 successes total, and
you can remember you can do unchecked abandon to add extra enhancement up to 5, but it will add to the collateral pool.
Oh, okay.
And then I did share a thing in chat of flooding the pool. Oh no, are they divine dice? I don't think they're divine dice.
I think that's for demigod level frames.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, so wait, what is their armor then?
Their defense is 4, but their armor, they don't have armor.
So if I inflict damage, do I only need to spend 1 to deal with injury condition?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I still have,
you just did one, but if you want to do a critical hit, you need to spend 4, I believe.
right. Which I
Oh, you spend 0 on injury just so long as you meet it, and then 4 for the critical hit, I think.
yeah. So can I do that?
Yeah, you said you only had 2 hits?
Oh, right, but then the enhancement.
Oh, you
There are
forgot.
3 enhancement
Oh, yeah. Then yeah,
bonuses that I need.
totally.
Okay. So I want to do that. 2 injury conditions to it.
Awesome. He's down. He's not down quite yet, but he is taking a beating.
The
Callus.
they break off some of the horns there with the blade. Break off some horns with the blade of the spear.
It is now Dex's turn.
Crack it.
Okay, I think because I think Magnus is on one. I think everyone's on one, right? But did Kai take the most hit, or is Kai about to take another big hit?
So Kai's one has taken 4 points of damage so far, and it has a lock on it.
Okay. I am going to use my submod, Unslackable Bloodthirst, since these things are about to get bloodthirsty.
Yeah.
When you purchase this sub module, both you and your divine machine may buy the inflict injury stunt twice on attacks. When you choose to take disadvantage of this, the critical stunt costs an additional success. So I am going to shoot the hell out of the thing attacking Kai.
Go for it. Make my day.
Let's roll. 2, 3, 4, and we rolled that one because that's 10. I got 5 successes.
5 successes. Okay, so you beat its defense by 1. You get an extra enhancement from the lock on.
Right.
So I think you only do 1 damage unless you get extra enhancement from something else.
The one that I put on our side.
Okay, so 2 damage. Callus is screaming in pain as there are multiple cuts bored into it.
Quick question. I
Mhm.
don't know if this does anything, but I also have brutal. Does brutal do anything?
Oh crap. Brutal. Weapon modifications. Okay, brutal is critical stunt is reduced by 1. So you get to, instead of 4, it's 3 to do a critical.
Okay. Hey, I will.
I'm
make that
not
note for later.
naming another kaiju Corbin.
Well, I will keep that in mind for later, and I am. Let me see who's gone.
You were at the bottom of the order, so
I'm
you
at the
can.
bottom.
Yeah, you're at the bottom. You can give it to anyone.
Then I'm going to. You know what? I'm gonna kick it back off to. Let me see. Carlos, since I still want to see what the duel is happening.
Okay. Let me see here.
Because did the duel happen after the they merged?
Hmm.
We can say that it's still it's the one that got locked on by Kai.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I go ahead and with my large enemy here, I go ahead and I try to do basically something impressive by um moving in the Dashen mech and trying to do basically a flip over to the other side of the kaiju, like behind the kaiju, um, and then try to basically make a strong hit against its spine with the staff.
Hmm.
All right. So I would guess that would involve first some level of dexterity roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So what should I make that roll? Dexterity and what would you say?
Is it so? Are you trying to do damage, or what's the goal again?
So the first goal is to basically do a backflip in the mech to the other side of the kaiju.
Yeah, dexterity,
and
athletics, or close combat.
okay. Excellent, 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 excellent. All right.
I mean, and if you
Nice.
want to add some dice to the calamity pool, we didn't add any dice to the calamity pool last time.
What
You
what
gotta
is the let me and our viewers know what does that do exactly?
at the end of the round, I get to you whoever's the last person in combat gets to roll the dice pool, and I get to spend it on stuff like changing the field to be based on the player's purview. So like it creates this like effect where suddenly the entire area looks like it's Nordic or Chinese or something like that. Or
Very cool.
it could cause harm to any number of trivial or major characters. Like it can injure them. It could cause people who witness your destruction to be appalled by what you've done. Or it could like destroy a building like it did to Mass Mocha. It can also create a rift into the overworld, underworld, terra incognita, or other cosmological places if it gets high enough.
All right. And what do I do to add to that then?
You would add extra enhancement to your attack roll. Up to
Okay.
5.
All right, then I will add 1 to it then.
Okay. Come on. I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it here.
All right, fine, fine, fine. Just for the sake of this, I'll add 2 to it.
Okay. I mean, you might as well just be throwing the money away.
Okay. That will be then 6 successes to do that backflip.
Yeah.
All right, and then now for an attack roll.
And
So,
I'll give you an extra enhancement for flipping around.
nice, awesome. All right, so for that attack roll, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let me reroll this 10. 6 successes.
6 successes. Awesome. So you are going to manage to do 2 more damage. 2 more damage to this guy, I think.
Yeah, I believe so, because you said it.
Yeah.
Its defense was 4. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to do extra stuff, I should actually share with you how to like the stunts for close combat attacks and stuff. I apologize. I'm a terrible GM.
Yeah, no worries.
You didn't have to agree.
I wasn't saying that you were a terrible GM. I was just saying don't worry about it. I think you're a great GM.
Corbin.
I am a very awkward GM. I'll share. I'm sending this stuff over to you guys, but who would you like to pass the turn to?
This includes that I can pass it to a kaiju, right?
Yeah.
I'll pass it over to the kaiju I'm dueling then.
Okay. Kaijus are up for attack. Callus is going to attack Carlos. What is your defense, Carlos?
My defense is 6.
You roll your defense.
Yeah, that's right. Let me see what I get.
I mean, if I kill the players, I win, right? This is how that works, right?
All right, I got 4.
You got 4. I got 4 as well. You take 1 nick of damage.
All right.
Uh,
Tough duel here.
tough duel. He does get the added enhancement from the close combat. No, but that only just gives him a +1. It's not going to give him the ability to actually like hurt you more.
Yeah.
So he's occupied by you at the moment. Calamity is going to attack Carlos from the back. And your defense was 4, you said?
Yeah, let me check the roll again.
No, it's fine. It lowers to 3, I think, because of a multiple attack.
Okay.
But the second attack from Calamity doesn't hit. And Dex, you are being attacked by Calcium. You can roll for your defense again. Oh god, that was a potent hit. How you doing? Crow, how did you roll?
I got 5. I don't know what that does.
Okay, it lowers my attack down to from 6 down to 1 to hit. With the enhancement of 2, I only do 1 damage to you.
Okay, I'm still good.
Health check. What's everyone at?
7.
Carlos.
I
You're at what?
let me see. I am at, let me see, out of 8, I am, I believe, at 5 right now.
Okay. TJ, you're at?
I think I was at 4. Or not 4, I took 4, so 6.
You're at 6. And Crow, you're at?
Okay, so with this one, that's just taking 1.
Yeah.
So I would be at 2 currently.
Okay. Awesome. You guys are doing fine. He's gonna pass. The Kaiju's gonna pass it to Crow.
Okay. All right. We gotta kill these things. This is normally this is gonna be less fun if this keeps going. So what does Calamity Die do? It's called Calamity Die, right?
Collateral.
Collateral?
Yeah.
You
It mostly affects the surrounding area and people.
I'll take 3.
You'll take 3. Awesome.
So adding that.
This is called Unchecked Abandon, by the way, with the ability that they use for this.
Right. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7.
7 to hit?
Yes.
Okay, you buy off the 4 defense, you have 3, and you have the +1 enhancement from locking on. How do you want to take out Callus?
Basically, Unslakable Thirst is kind of turned on. It's kind of like that scene from Evangelion, where Asuka is just kind of freaking out in the mech. There's like a green flash into the thing, and he's just firing off to like a bunch of British drill music, and it's just rapid fire. The gun itself is screaming like bloody murder. The like the back of his thing is also flaring up with like these green fireflies. So it's chaotic. He might even like chip a building or two. It, just making sure like hot lead is getting into this thing.
Yeah. It is falling down to the ground in a pile of magma. Who do you want to cast it off to? You have Kai or Magnus.
Uh, and I can't use those extra 3 to turn it on the other one for inflict injury, or just no.
We'll keep that in your back pocket.
Give it a back pocket. Okay.
I'll give you a +1 enhancement to the next round. How about that?
Cool. With that case in mind, he's just firing. Probably started screaming to Kai to get rid of this thing and get the fuck out of there with the thing.
Nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend a point because I'm still close range with one of the kaiju, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. No, that was the one that went down. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I won't engage divine motion. Instead, I will just zero in on the one that's not currently engaged in a one-on-one fight. Like level the rifle. And how much momentum do we have here?
You have 4, I think.
Okay. So I'll add an extra die with 1 momentum. And I'm gonna add 2 enhancement with uncheck abandon.
Yay! 2 extra enhancement. I mean, you could add another 3 on top of that. I mean, it's not gonna be totally bad if you do that.
I guess for the audience at home, we'll go ahead and add 5.
You are going to add the extra?
Yeah. I'm gonna say that the barrel starts to get like super heated. You can see like bands of almost like starlight peeling off like defying gravity and ripping up trees around them. Okay, so this better be a good roll then. When it wasn't.
Viewers watching, this is how you get your players to make stupid decisions.
Yeah, I just rolled 4 ones. No, 5 ones.
Oh god.
In this 15 dice pool, and 3 successes.
Okay, so you at least get the 4 successes, so you get the +5 enhancement.
And I think, was there still that +1 from the
lock? Oh, not from the locked on. No.
Not from locked on, but from the war submodule.
Simon, was that your module? Yeah.
Yeah, it should be for the fight.
Nice. All right, so that's 6 enhancement.
Okay.
So 10.
You're going to take off a horn, probably.
Awesome. Okay, so obviously I'm going to inflict critical. What is that, 5?
Yeah. 4.
4. Okay, so what was the difficulty? So I was
it was 4.
That leaves me with 6. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I guess disarm it by blasting the horn off its head.
Yeah. I'll take away an enhancement from its attack for that.
Yeah, you know what? And is it shooting or throwing anything though? I don't know. Okay, and disarm. You know what? And I'm gonna say the volley is so massive, it kind of comes down, crashing into him, sending him sprawling. We'll buy the knockdown as well. I think that should use everything up. So it is prone, or well, what's its stamina? I guess that one's variable.
It's stamina.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm guessing it's 7.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, it is a greater kaiju. It is hero level.
Very good. Okay, so then look at a mirror range attack here. So critical, disarm, and what's the other thing I can do? I guess yeah, I guess I'll just pin it down then.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that looks like with a sniper rifle, but maybe just the shot itself.
Yeah, you can
Gets it.
set it to like a semi-auto type function, and it just like shooting around it a bit.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm picturing this thing mostly shoots a giant laser, so maybe it's like currently just blinding, flashing light shooting out of the end of this lance-like barrel. And then who was left?
It is Magnus, I believe.
All right.
Okay. Wait. So did that take out the last one, or do we still have?
You still have it. It's still alive.
Let's do some, two-handed spear stabbing.
Go for it.
All right. One, two, three. Four, five. 5 successes plus. Is there an enhancement besides my spear and Herald of Victory on this one?
Unless you want to add 5 more dice to the calamity.
No, I'm okay with that.
You could add just 3. I mean,
I'm good.
I'm
with
already
my
at
7 successes.
I'm already at 10. It just gives an enhancement to the roll. I could roll no successes.
Listen, you dice pusher. No. So is there one other enhancement flying around, or is that like the targeting systems one?
No, that one's gone.
Okay, so 7 successes. So I will, do, unless there's anything lost from defense.
4.
4, so 3. So injury.
Injury and a critical, because you have brutal on your weapon, right?
No, I do not. I have piercing.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I had origin open. There we are. In that case, was he knocked down?
But he got up again, and he's
Oh,
never
okay.
going to keep him down. I mean, no. He was pinned.
Pinned. Okay. Can I blind him?
Go for it. You get
I'll
it.
blind him, and he's been disarmed.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I'm calling a -1 to enhancement.
Then I'll spend the next 2 on the feint.
Okay.
So next person attacking them gets +2 enhancement from that. Oh, must designate the ally gaining that. Okay. Who else is fighting this thing? Just everyone?
Everyone, pretty much.
Dex, I bet. I'll give it to Dex and pick him as the next actor.
Okay.
So you get a
Awesome.
+2 enhancement for my feint.
Excuse me while I roll the collateral pool.
Oh,
The last person to add to the collateral pool was Kai.
All right.
Roll 10 dice for me.
If I get another bad one.
listen, we're fine. The city is fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, that's a 10.
Yep, they still
Oh.
explode.
Okay, so 3. Could have been worse.
What are your god's purviews?
It's gonna be order, star, and oh no, I'll never be able to pronounce that. The Pantheon specific purview for the plant zone.
Okay. I am, you know what? The entire area suddenly feels as though the stars have fallen and are like raining upon you. Like there are like the lights in the sky are falling down and raining as if like the heavens are weeping upon you. And here is something that does happen at the end of turn. Calcium, in a bloodthirsty rage, runs towards Calamity, combining for the second time this round, this match. They become Cal, a demigod class or calamity class kaiju, standing several stories taller than all of you, about the height of the demigod class mecha that Kai is currently sitting on. And it gives out a monstrous roar. Who was the turn passed to? It was Cal? It was Dex?
Yes.
Right. This is conundrum. Question: That demigod, uh, that mech. Did we ever say what Patreon or what Pantheon group that thing belongs to?
If someone were to remove the covering on it, you might be able to
Oh, the
know.
covering's still on it. Wow. With this whole battle, it's still there.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Because I figured one of us could probably pilot it and help with the situation, but never mind. Fuck it. I just gotta shoot the thing. And how many enhancements do I have currently?
You have one from the ward, unless you want to add to the calamity pool.
I feel like we've done enough problems with the calamity die. Uh, no, but no.
I'm just double checking how advantage works because this right now this scale has scale on you, so I think it gets like a +2 to its defense, I think, or something.
All right, let me just spin 4 then. Let me spin 4.
Add half the dramatic bonus to her defense. What's the dramatic bonus?
I don't know I don't know what that is.
How much are you adding to the pool? 4?
4.
Okay.
So, 2, 3. What good thing? No, no. You said we had how many enhancements? Like 1?
I can give you 2,
You gave me 2? Okay.
and then also 3 from another one from Herald of Victory.
6,
So
7.
3 in total off of me.
Rolling Nomads, thank you for the raid of it's you're here for the epic finale of 4 mecha
Okay.
pilots fighting a calamity kaiju.
Thanks for the enhancement because I got altogether that'd be 9. Everything almost rolled, with the exception of 10s, have been 1s. So I got 9s with the enhancement.
Okay, its defense is, so you said you got 9?
Yes, 9.
It is defense 8, so you managed to do 1 damage to it.
Uh, with brutal, I'm trying to try to inflict the damage on it.
I'm sorry, it's defense 7 rather. So how much did you get? You said 9?
9.
You're not going to be able to get the extra damage because you would, brutal means it's 3 for the crit.
Right. Okay, never mind then. I can't do that, and I can't inflict the injury. So I guess that's it.
Who are you going to pass to?
I'm gonna pass it to the kaiju because I don't want that thing getting double hits on us.
Okay. Greater Kaiju. Not Greater Kaiju. This guy is a beast of a kaiju. He is what you might call an avatar of a titan, probably, or something.
You would.
It is going to look towards Carlos, and it is going to swing a mighty swing. Carlos, you can roll defense.
All right. Let's roll here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
5. It is going to manage to do 1 damage to you as it does 2 damage to you as it pierces through your armor with its gigantic instead of a great axe, it now has a great sword.
Question.
Ouch.
In case it makes a difference. Herald of Victory is on 1 enhancement on all actions.
Yes.
Would that count as defense?
Yeah, I would give it to defense, but I don't think it'll matter.
Okay, just in case.
Because it's 1 damage for the hit and +1 for the armor piercing because you guys are mechs.
Okay.
Good to know.
Just thought I would see.
It is going to pass to Carlos.
All right. I've got to figure out how to end this duel somehow. So let's do this. Okay. So I see you've provided us with some stunts here. How do we activate these stunts?
With number of successes you roll on an attack.
Okay, cool. So let me roll another.
And to be clear, it is still disarmed from the previous attacks and things.
Okay. I'm going to basically do a low hit on basically whatever passes for knees on this creature, in order to do a knockdown trip stunt. So let's see here. All right. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then reroll that 10, 7. Nice. Okay, 7 successes. I needed 1 success in order to knock it prone. So now it is prone plus damage.
Okay. And what was your attack total?
7.
7. Okay. That's just gonna do damage and can't do the knockdown, sadly.
Oh, I can't do the knockdown?
Yeah, because it. Oh no, you have 1 success. So, or no, you
Yeah.
have 1 success.
Yeah, I need to get at least 1 success in order to do the knockdown according to this.
Yep, no worries.
All right.
Who do you want to pass it to?
Let's pass it to
It's Kai and Magnus left, I believe.
Magnuson. Yeah.
All right. Gonna weigh into this thing as well. Don't have any more legend. Don't have anything that'll do momentum. What's the difference imbue versus spend 1 legend?
I think imbue means you have to have 1 left or something, like have it on you.
Oh, okay.
This is not my forte, sadly.
Imbue is more temporary than spend, which requires an action to get back that legend. Usually in Scion, it requires like some sort of epic quest or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wow. All right. Okay. Let's just do some stabbing. It's not to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, and then extra 2 enhancement, so 8.
You hit?
Okay. Does it have armor?
It does not.
Yeah. Okay. What do I lose from defense?
You would lose 7. So you have 1, I think.
Oh, all right. Well, okay. He's not knocked over, is he?
He is.
Oh, he is.
I need to double check what knocked over means because it might add you to your enhancement.
Oh, good question. And it's not next, so in that case, I'd rather spend the success on feint for Kai, who goes next.
Okay. Hi, you're up.
Okay. Everyone cool with me spending the third of our, because I think we've only got like 3 momentum left.
You have 1 minute left of the game.
Oh, okay. I've been holding
Do
on.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go ahead and do that for the locked on, and then I'm gonna once again take that +5 for
Yay, Calamity.
Unleashed. And then so that should be what, total 7 enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
And then I seeing as how it's kind of towering over us, I see him as just like rushing, like kind of almost underneath it and aiming up and then firing with everything he's got.
Nice.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4 plus 7, that's 11.
Mm-hmm.
11.
11 minus 7 is 4. You can do a critical hit.
I will take that.
How do you want to do it? Well, it's still alive at the end of this, but you're barreling through it.
I'm thinking that like the I so like melt through like its lower half that it's almost like pinned to the ground, since the rifle I have does aggravated, where it's like almost just totally disabled.
Okay. I am rolling some dice here for the collateral pool because we're running out of time. It is at this point the entire world begins to shift. The stars that were falling and crying for the divine machines that were facing a calamity kaiju take form into pillars of light. They coalesce around the demigod mech under the giant velvet curtain that it is currently shrouded in. Kai, you are lifted up slightly as it is pulled away and reveals what is actually quite a weird design. It is very boxy, but it has embedded into it the pantheons, symbols of pantheons of multiple mythological pantheons. Ugh, that was a mouthful. If it were any other time, this would be heretical. This would be an amalgamation of parts that shouldn't have been put together and formed. But in this moment, a divine judgment has called upon it. You hear over your cockpit radios, every one of you, Freya Erickson, and she is inside the cockpit of the demigod, and she says, "This isn't a demigod mech. It's a mech meant to combine with other mech into a god tier divine machine.
Cool.
Activate now." And I'm going to roll a little bit for this, just a little. We'll start with Carlos. You are going to be the arms of this mech. How does your mecha disassemble and get onto the arms?
Yeah, so the mech runs first. The Dashin runs normally like a human, and then starts running like a monkey on all fours, and then sort of just like spins into the air, splits in half, and then unites into the arms.
Hi. You are going to be the chest plate. Or sorry, you're going to be the legs.
So I think he like holds up the Clarent rifle and then it like splits in half. And then there's like a huge cloud of steam that also divides the Starfall's destiny in half. And there's kind of a bright starlit flash as it suddenly appears in the legs, like almost just like instantly transported to where it needed to be.
Awesome. Dex, you are the torso, combining with the torso.
Feel like my machine kind of folds, like it jumps up into the air, flies around, folds into itself like it's a like a cocoon almost, breaks open with wings and armor and slams itself down, combining with the arms and legs.
Awesome. And Magnus, the leader of the group who took the leadership calling, the head.
All right.
I'll form the head. How do you form the head?
So, I guess the all-seeing raven kind of spreads its arms wing-like and just leaps off the ground to just the right height to merge with the rest of it, the chest piece, but having melded a bit together, both ravens forming one, and then why don't we make the head a raven then? So it forms into the raven-like one, but with the singular eye still as the the rest of the body kind of folds up in that, like with those transformers, the headmasters or whatever, right? And they have the little guy on top. So it kind of folds in half. And the two pauldrons kind of close over top to make this raven head.
And with that, the god mech known as Pantheon has been formed. And it, in a shining light, picks up with one hand the Cal Calamity class kaiju, and with the other hand bores a hole straight through its chest, dropping the Calamity Kaiju on the ground and ending today's session.
Cool.
And man, if we had just a little bit more time, you definitely would have killed it, because it had it had 2 health left. Ah, man. What do y'all think?
Great session, everyone, and this is a fun Mythic Shard.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I didn't know what to expect when I heard Cyber Scion, but it wasn't this, and I'm glad that it wasn't.
I feel like I should have leaned more heavily into the cyberpunk aspect, but I was also very enamored by the Gundam aspect of it.
Oh no! I mean, when I heard about the Mythic Shard, and then I got to read the Mythic Shard, I was like, oh, this is way better than I thought.
Yeah, same here.
Right.
Adding the machines really gives it something unique.
Yeah, for sure.
And fun, because people like customizing their toys.
Yeah, the Mythic Shard has a lot of rules, and we couldn't cover all of them. We couldn't cover really the combining mech rules that they have, and we didn't even really get to cover the demigod class or the god tier class machines that much. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped for this. This was probably one of my favorite versions of Scion that they've released so far. And I've heard some things of like the Journey to the Wild Wild West, I think it was. And that one I'm really excited for. If we get to it. I forget if the tier again, the backer kit is up and running. I need to toss that link in there again because I always forget to
Yeah,
do.
toss that link back in for sure.
Yeah, it is already funded, so even if you're like, oh, I'm worried it might not fund, it's funded. It's just getting extra stuff now.
Yeah, some great stretch goals coming up for sure.
Yeah, and if you like kaiju, there kaiju and mecha, there's Cyber Scion. If you like apocalyptic worlds, there is the end. Well, after the end, then you have Farewell to Heroes, which is the dystopian version of Scion. Four Color, which is the comic book version, and Space Odyssey, which is the space version of it. And if you're interested in Space Odyssey in particular, I think I'm going to do a video on that on Monday, hopefully, if I can get it figured out. So let's do sign-offs now. Apologies for going over. Let's go with Pablo first.
Yeah, had a blast playing. Thanks, everyone. You can find me on Discord under Pabbles, Pabbles. Please feel free to send me a message anytime, and I'm usually on the Scion official Discord as well. If you have any questions about Scion, and yeah, go back Mythic Shards for sure.
And Simon.
Hi, I'm Simon. I was playing Magnus in the All Seeing Raven. You can find me on most socials at Tabletop Almanac. That would be Twitter, and I think it's www.youtube.com/at Tabletop where you can find reviews or actual plays that I've been uploading slowly from all sorts of different games. But yeah, this is really cool. Definitely back Mythic Shards. And since it has been already funded, get everybody cool stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And Crow?
Hi, I'm Crow. I played Dex Carter, the Horrors of War. You can find me mostly here. In fact, it will be probably around same time next week, playing Mythic Shards, doing Four Colors, which is the superhero Silver Age. So I can't wait for you. No, Golden Age. I can't wait for you all to see me play in that. You can find me on Twitter. Apparently, people still use that at BS Slate TV. And that's about it. I'll be hanging around a little bit more often for games. And this was awesome. This is fucking amazing.
Thank you. TJ.
Yeah, I had a blast. Thanks for running the game. I'm glad people showed up to watch. I played Kai Havoc, pilot of the Star Falls Destiny. Part of what I wanted to do when I made that character was to show that you can kind of mix and match the shards with some of the other content we've got, like Once and Future. Or for my origin, I did a takeoff of Underworld Escapee from Realms of Magic and Mystery. So yeah, and in the player's guide, there's a lot you can do with it. So I was
Totally
very excited to be a part of it. That said, if you want to get at me, I'm under a bridge on Discord, or under my name on I think the official Logs Path.
Nice.
Yeah. So also, if you haven't backed Mythic Shards, do it so we can get some more shards.
Oh yeah. And on the note of mixing and matching, I really want to mix and match Cyber Scion with stuff like Space Odyssey and After the End and stuff like that, because I feel like you could do a lot of crazy things with, like, if you wanted to go more Super Sentai, you could probably mix Cyber Scion with the 4-color superhero stuff, which would be awesome. Any case, I've been the Awkward GM. Thank you all for watching, and we're gonna raid someone probably. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Check out all the other stuff in Mythic Shards. Bye!